Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Amy and this is Thrift Adventure. I'm a full-time reseller primarily on the Poshmark app, but I do dabble on other online platforms and I sell locally. Today is Monday, June 3rd, and I'm shipping out my sales from over the weekend. The first item that sold is this really cool vintage kind of charm bracelet. As you can see, it has these different carved stones. Let's see, is it focusing on there? There we go. Really intricate, cool piece. This is all costume jewelry, and it is missing one stone there, which I did note in the listing, but this sold for $75. I think I had it priced at $89. It may have been worth a little bit more had it not been missing that stone, but I still priced it on the higher end because it was such a cool piece. Today is my first day filming with my new iPhone 15, so you guys will have to let me know if you can tell a difference in the video quality or not. I'm not one that goes out and buys the newest phone when it comes out. I just wait until whatever I'm using wears out or starts to not work as well before I get a new one. But I'm excited to have this. I hope that it is better picture quality. Okay, so the bracelet sold for $75. I paid just $5 for it. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $55. I'm pretty happy with that. This was listed a fair amount of time, over 6 months, but less than a year, I believe. But sometimes, as I've said over and over again, sometimes costume jewelry can take a little while to sell. So the next item that sold is this fun vintage accordion clutch, and it's covered in pheasant feathers. And I think this was maybe originally for receipts or organization or something, but I thought it would be a fun little clutch. You might have been able to put a phone in there, but definitely credit cards and lipstick or something. Mostly I just picked it up because I thought it was a cool piece. It sold for $29. I paid $3 for it. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $20.20. I think that's just fine. You know, I didn't anticipate this being a really high dollar sale or anything like that. I just thought it was cool, so. And for both of these items, I'm going to be using the small flat rate box. If anyone's curious what box I use, I do from time to time get questions about what size boxes I use. So I do like to mention it on occasion. Just this little box, I tested it out and it will fit. Well, yeah, it'll fit very tightly and nicely in there. So I think that will be good. Okay, so the next item I cannot find right now. This happens to me from time to time, maybe a couple times a year. I'm not the most organized person, but I don't often lose things. So when I find it, I will insert a video over this so you can see what it is. It is a real gold necklace, really beautiful, dainty little piece. It sold for $206. I paid just $3 for it at an estate sale because they didn't know that it was real gold. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $159.78. I know that it is somewhere. It's just not where it's supposed to be. So I will find that, fingers crossed. That is it for today, but this video will continue with the other items that I sell for this week because I go day to day and share the different things that I'm shipping out. You want to be sure to watch all the way to the end because I always have interesting and unique items, and hopefully you can learn some new things to keep your eyes out for when you're out thrifting. Also, if you enjoy this kind of video, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. And if you could help me get to that goal, I would so greatly appreciate it. Also, if you could give this video a thumbs up. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Hey again, it's Thursday, and unfortunately it's been a pretty slow week. I think up until yesterday, I only had one sale, and then I started sending out a bunch of offers, and I did get a few sales from that, and I also accepted some somewhat low offers. But I have 5 things to ship out. They aren't the biggest profits, but I'm moving through some things, making some profit. So I'm just going to celebrate that and hope that things turn around. So the first item that sold, this sold pretty quickly. This is another piece from that huge $890 haul. I got it in an estate sale. It is another Carolyn Pollock piece. And here is one of her little logos. Can you see that? So I would really recommend familiarizing yourself with some of her branding, because almost all of her pieces that I have listed have sold pretty quickly and for decent prices. This sold for $40, and I think I just listed this week. So it sold in less than a week. I listed it for $59, but the buyer offered me that $40. Sales had been slow. I only paid $3 a piece for this jewelry, as I've said. So I accepted that offer. I did look at sold comps on eBay, and the $40 seemed to be in line with what this type of her item is selling for. So sold for $40. I paid $3 after posh fees and my cost of goods. That made my profit $29. That's just fine, pretty great for a quick flip. I am going to continue to say this. I am focusing on it being the summer of sales and moving through some inventory. Of course, you know, super special, fine pieces, I'm not going to take lowball offers on. But I have to keep reminding myself I am in this business to sell things, not to collect them. And I need to sell when the opportunity strikes. The next item is a fun vintage woven leather belt. It kind of has this Western motif, and it's a good kind of beige tan color. I always do well with woven leather belts, Western style belts, and any color. I like to pick up unusual colors other than black or brown. Of course, I still pick up black and brown, but a lot of times people will have a pair of shoes or a bag that they want to have a matching or similar colored belt to go with, or a particular outfit that they're looking for a belt for. So I always like to pick up these somewhat, you know, different colors. This sold for $20, a little bit lower than what I wanted, but that's just fine. I paid a little bit more for this. I think I paid $5 for it because I got it when I was in Arizona and it was slim pickings and I wanted to, you know, get some stuff. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $11. That's just fine. Pardon me if I'm a little rushed. I was editing a video this morning and it took a lot longer than I expected. And there is an estate sale this afternoon that I want to go to. And you have to be there at least an hour early to get in the first group. Okay, so the next sale was this pair of Nike tennis shoes. Another somewhat lower offer. You can see these are in excellent condition, but I've had these for close to a year or over a year. I had just reduced the price and someone made me an offer for $25. I just took it because I don't think that I had any offers or particular interest in these. I did pay a little bit more for these. I paid $9. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $11. Again, that is not, you know, an amazing profit or anything, but when sales are slow, sometimes you just got to take what you can get. This next item, I did get a lower offer on that I held out for, or I did not take. So it's a vintage Wrangler shirt. Now, I would look up vintage Wrangler shirts and on eBay completed listings and sort highest to lowest, because some of these vintage Wrangler shirts can have crazy values. Now, the striped ones are pretty popular, but this was short sleeved, and some of the striped long sleeve ones, certain colorways, sell for hundreds of dollars. So take a look at that so you can keep your eyes out for vintage Wrangler pieces like this. I think they're the ones more from the 80s or 90s, that kind of, you know, more vibrant pink purple colorways. And I've discovered that a good keyword for this type of Western shirt is brush popper. I think I Googled that at one point to see what it looked like or what it meant, but I can't remember. But in a lot of the top listings, that's a keyword that they use. Okay, so I had this listed for $59, I think, and someone came in and offered me $15. And I counteroffered this other person, I think, under $40, and they kept coming back with 20, 21, and their last offer was 21, and I had been sitting there thinking about it for half a day, actually. And I had decided I was going to counteroffer them, and then this person came in and said, would you take 40? And I was certainly glad I didn't take the $21, although it's not a huge difference. Sometimes it's worth holding out for a little bit more, because this was definitely worth more than that. There was a lot of likes. It had only been listed a few weeks. And so the person commented and said, will you take 40? A lot of times when people comment, I'm not sure if they're serious, because I think, why wouldn't they just make an offer for 40? But some people like to ask first. So I responded and said yes, and then I added the item to a bundle, and I sent her an offer for 40 with no discounted shipping. And then commented on the bundle and said, here you go, here, you know, I'll take 40. And I try and be proactive when people comment an offer without making one, because sometimes that can indicate that a person may be, well, I'm not really sure, but you know how some people don't like to make offers, or they feel uncomfortable making offers. And so if you can take that, you know, kind of barrier out of the whatever equation and just send them the offer, then sometimes that can prompt someone to purchase it. Okay, so after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my my profit $29. I still may have been able to get slightly more for this, but the comps, I just wasn't really sure on the comps, if I could and how long I would have to wait for that. Okay, the next item is this kind of fun vintage jacket. It is a Teamsters like club jacket, and it has someone's name and then the local chapter here. I only picked this up because it was at a fill the bag sale, and I thought it was kind of cute and kitschy. It did have some kind of runs or pulls in the fabric, and it had been listed probably coming up on a year. This person offered me $12. I hadn't had a whole lot of interest in it. I didn't pay very much for it, so I just decided to go ahead and accept that, because there are a few things that I may, you know, just send to sell at my yard sale if they don't sell online by the time that I had the sale. And this was on the chopping block. So I figured $12 was better than $3 or whatever that I would get for it at a yard sale. I paid about $1 for it. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $8.05. Some pretty low profits this week, which is kind of disappointing. But I was just editing that video where I sold over $3,000 in 1 week. And boy, wouldn't it be amazing if we could all have our top weeks every week, but that's just not life. And that's just not this business. And so we just have to go with the flow. Speaking of yard sales, I was kind of considering, sometimes I bite off more than I can chew, so no promises, but I was kind of considering doing a video on how to have a successful yard sale, because we always seem to do really well at our yard sales. And I don't know if it's just because I'm a reseller and I have good stuff, or if it's the way I set it. I think it's the way I set it up and the way I price things that, you know, get us more money. So let me know in the comments down below if you are interested in a video like that. I would kind of go through my process of how I set up the yard sale, how I price things, and how I discount and negotiate things. Usually I have at least a 2-day yard sale. There might be some footage at the actual yard sale, maybe of people, maybe I could wear my GoPro. Let me know if you guys think that would be fun to be on the flip side at selling at a yard sale instead of buying at a yard sale. I think it sounds kind of interesting. So that is it for today. I really hope that things get better. Like I said, I sent out 20% off offers, and then this morning I sent out 30% off offers on almost everything in my closet. So hopefully, usually that generates some sales for me, and I just need to get some momentum going in my closet. Don't go anywhere. This video will continue. I'll be back with what else I sell. Hey again, it's Friday, and sending out a bunch of offers worked. I have a few sales to ship out today. I'm pretty excited. Some lower dollar, some higher dollar, both. I am happy with all of it. So the first item that sold is this vintage gold tone kind of bamboo link necklace. This is by Napier, which is Napier. Some of this brand, some of the pieces can sell for higher dollar amounts. This sold for $24, which is probably a little bit on the lower end, but I sent out those 30% off offers with no discounted shipping, and someone accepted that. So, you know, I'm just fine. I only paid $1 for this. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $18.20. I have sold Napier necklaces for as high as I think $150 for just the plain gold tone ones. But some of the ones with like gemstones in them or really extravagant tassels and styles can sell for hundreds of dollars. I have just searched eBay sold listings and sorted them highest to lowest to just kind of see what styles sell for high dollars. And, you know, the kind of gold, really gold chunky chains are really popular right now. So I am pricing those a little bit higher. But this, you know, like I said, I might have been able to get more for this, but I am happy to move out some inventory. I realized that I have so many necklaces. So when I couldn't find that necklace that I sold the other day, I've been meaning to further organize my necklaces. So you see these little stacking drawers here. So I just had one of those with my jewelry in it. And it was one drawer for necklaces, one drawer for bracelets, one drawer for earrings, and then I had another smaller one for rings and stuff. But I decided to further organize the necklaces into silver necklaces, gold necklaces, and then like colored beaded necklaces. Because when I was looking for that necklace, I realized that there was just so much in there that it was taking me too much time to look for pieces, and it just would be a lot easier to have it further organized. So I did that, and I'm happy that I did. I think it'll just kind of make things flow easier. I do need to stop buying necklaces because I can't remember. I think I have over 150 necklaces listed. That's like my biggest jewelry category. And I don't feel like they sell as well as the other categories. But I love necklaces. So I don't know. We'll see. If it's $1 or $3, I'm probably still going to pick them up because, you know, you just can't find stuff for that cheap, or you can't always find. Okay. So I can't really tell how the video quality is on this new phone. I look kind of blown out with this white shirt, but we'll have to figure it out as we go. Hopefully it is good for you guys. Okay, so the next item that sold is just this dainty little blue enamel ring with marcasite. It's sterling silver, just a little band ring. I picked this up just because I thought it was interesting, unique, and I did pay $5 for this, but it's at a charity thrift store, and they do really great things for the community. It ended up selling for $20. Another item I hope to get a little more for, but it's the summer of sales, and it's not a really special piece that I need to hang on to, and wait for the highest value. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $11. That's just fine. Every little bit counts. I'm moving through inventory. It's the summer of sales. I'm going to keep things going. I am just really liking, moving out some pieces even at lower prices. I'm really surprised at how kind of freeing it feels. So the next item is this gorgeous Patricia Nash bag. It does have a long crossbody strap, but I just want to make sure, yes, it is tucked inside. And this is a cool piece because you can wear it like this, or you can open it up and there is different places to attach the crossbody strap. And it just has this beautiful kind of country floral pattern. This was one of the items that I got at that, let's see, I'm not sure if I need to put a piece of paper in between that tassel and the bag or not, but I'm going to just in case. This is another item that I got in that huge $890 estate sale haul. This sold for $126. I am very excited about that. I knew that, or in my experience, these Patricia Nash bags didn't sell quickly in the past for me. So I was prepared to wait a little bit for them to sell, and I'm happy that I've been patient. This lady sent me a message, and she seemed super excited to get it. And it's like brand new, so she got a really good deal on it too. If you haven't watched that video, I paid $15 per piece for the handbags. So after Posh fees, did I say it sold for $126? After Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $85.80. I'm thrilled with that. This was, so right after I sent out the 30% off offers to likers, this lady sent me an offer for $126. I think I had this listed for $139 or $149. So that was a really reasonable offer. This probably retailed for somewhere between like $2.29 and $3.29. I'm not sure exactly how much this one was, but she got a good deal, at least half off. And I had another Patricia Nash bag sale, which is really exciting. And it is this flat bag, and this was called European Vacation or something like that. It has kind of European buildings and landmarks. And this also has the long crossbody strap in it, and it came with the dust bag. The Patricia Nash pieces are really beautiful quality. You know, really, what am I trying to say here? Thoughtfully made, you know, the designs are fun and unique. I do kind of feel like it's a little bit more of a mature brand, which is just fine. And she does sell some pieces on QVC or HSN, and I'm sure that's where this was purchased from, because as you guys know, everything at that sale was, or most everything was from Home Shopping Networks. I'll try and remember to do an update on what I've sold and my profits from that. I've kind of enjoyed doing that every so often to see how that all came out. If you want to see the full haul from that sale, I do have the that video linked in the description box. Okay, blah, blah, blah. It sold, this one sold for $90. I paid $15. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $57. Okay, another item I'm pretty excited to see go, because after I bought this, I kind of had second thoughts about it because I paid up for it. It is a vintage men's shearling coat. And the reason that I had second thoughts about it is that it is pretty distressed, and it has kind of dirty marks, a worn in vintage vibe, which can be good in some cases. The brand on this was the Leather Shop from Sears. And for those of you who are regular viewers, you've seen that I've done well with shearling in the past. This one wasn't quite the top quality of some of the others. It sold for $90. I paid $22. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $15. Now, I haven't gotten that in a box and weighed it yet. I may have to upgrade the label if it's above 5 pounds, and that cost will come out of my overall profit. But you know, hopefully it's only, hopefully I just have to do the lowest one, which I think is $750, or no, maybe it's only $450. Anyways, I may have a little bit of expense with that, but that's okay. In my last video, where I announced that I hit 250,000 on Poshmark. Thank you so much, you guys, for all your kind comments and encouragement on that video. You guys are just so wonderful, and for your reassurance and feedback about my, you know, background. I talked about that in that video, and a lot of you said you liked it and not to worry about it, and I do really appreciate your kindness. I still, for me, want to, you know, kind of get things even better, because what you see isn't the worst of it, and it would just make me feel better to, you know, get it more organized. What was I gonna say? Oh, somebody asked me how eBay is going. I have not listed anything else on there besides those 3 items. I just realized that I have too many irons in the fire, and so I just don't have the bandwidth to list on there regularly. Now, if I get a wild hair or I get motivated, I'll do it. I still want to give it a try. One of the listings that I put up, sorry, there's a plane flying over. So I decided to change that to an auction, and I scheduled that to start on Sunday, and I lowered the price. I had it listed at like $139. It was a necklace, and I lowered the auction price to start at $79. The necklace had some really good comps. So we'll see. I'm going to just try, well, I'm thinking I'm going to try out some auctions over on eBay for items that I haven't been motivated to list on Poshmark, just to kind of move through some things. I'll probably be starting the auctions just at the lowest that I'm willing to take, not at 99 cents or anything like that, because I still want it to be worth my while. But somebody asked me about an update for that. You guys also asked me for an update on our little mascot here. Thank you all for your suggestions. The most suggested name was Bolo, for B-O-L-O, for be on the lookout, and I think that is really a cute name. Someone else suggested Margin the Martian. Now, I can't remember, did I already talk about this? Maybe I didn't, but I also thought that was a really great name. But I think Bolo is kind of like overwhelmingly the most suggested, and I think it's really cute. So she is now Bolo, and I've been trying to have, I'm going to call him a him. I don't know, for some reason it seems like a him to me. I'm trying to have him in the background, and if I think about it, I'll move him around just for fun. I don't know. He just makes me smile, and it seems like he does you guys too. Okay, don't go anywhere. This video will continue with the rest of my sales for the week, and I'll see you in a minute. Hey there, it's Saturday, and I've got a couple more things to ship out. It didn't turn out to be the best week, but pretty decent, so I'm not going to complain. I did have this pretty good sale. So this is a little mother of pearl flip-flop pendant, and the chain and the little gold part are real gold on this. This necklace sold for $160. I'm pretty excited about that. I had it listed for $189, and the buyer offered me $160. So I just went ahead and accepted that. I wasn't planning on further wrapping this, but I think I'm going to, because that mother of pearl could potentially be a little fragile. I picked this up at an estate sale for $8. Like I said, it sold for $160. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $120. That is really great. I wish that I could have profits like that all of the time. Okay, so I had this cute little recycled jewelry gift box, or reused, whatever you want to call it. So I just put it in there, and I'll put a little thank you sticker on the bottom. I'll probably wrap it in a little more tissue paper so it doesn't rattle around in the box, but I am thrilled about that profit. The next item is this Cork belt. I just picked this up because it was new. I thought it was interesting. I thought it could be worn by men or women. Here is the brand name. I had never heard of that before, but it was only $3, and it is lined in genuine leather, and it was marked made in Portugal. So I thought that it would be a good thing to pick up, and it was. It's been listed a couple of months, not a super long time, but it also didn't sell super quickly. It sold for $25. I had it listed for $39, and the buyer offered me that $25. I said yes. Did I say I paid $3 for it? So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $17. I think that's great. That's pretty much what I aim for with belts. Okay, so my total sales for the week were $982. That's not too bad. My total cost of goods was $101, and my total profit after fees, cost of goods, and any shipping discounts was $682.03. As you guys know, I always shoot for $1,000 in profit per week, and sometimes it's over 1,000, sometimes it's under, but I'm just doing my best. So I hope you guys are all having a good start to your summer. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I would love it if you would do that. I'm really trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2024, and we're in June now. So I only have about 6 months to go. If you would help me out, I would be so grateful. Also, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you again so much for watching and for your support. I will see you guys all next week.